Are you thunder? Because you make my heart go boom! What's up, guys? Welcome back to some Radiant Tale. We partied hard, and now we are back. The loud and lively banquet was over, and our tent area was a portrait of silence. Tafalia had practically fallen asleep the moment her head hit her pillow. Can't blame her. She ran out so much making preparations for us. We've still got a long road ahead of us. Guess I can rest while you can. She slept soundly with the same face as usual. After watching her sleep, I left the tent quietly. Oh my god, we changed! I didn't think I'd get to sleep anytime soon, so I headed to the common area, thinking about having some water. There, I found... there you are. Did you sneak into a maiden's bed while you were gone, perhaps? Don't spout such nonsense. Jinya, who was enjoying wine by himself without a care in the world. I immediately turned to leave, but he patted the chair next to him without a word. I had no reason to object, so I quietly sat down. She's been straining herself for a while now, so I wanted to check on her and see whether she's getting proper sleep. Overprotective as always. I've been taking care of her for over 10 years, you know. How could I not be worried? Well, no intention of butting into that, but don't get too overboard. That reminds me. You remember her parents? Yes. She mentioned their unfortunate passing. Yeah. And knowing her, she'll probably want to bombard you with questions, but could you answer them in moderation? Why? If she wants to know, why not tell her? The trauma of a parent's death has wiped memories from that period. You might make her remember something and relieve that pain. I can't let that happen. Ah, I love Rady! But remember what she said? She declared that she was fine because 10 years have passed since then, doesn't she? She seems to have gotten back on her feet, so wouldn't it be normal for her to want to remember? Right now, she should be giving it all to help Circus fulfill its duty. It doesn't help that she's already someone with the tendency to overwork herself to self-destruction. Not to mention she's surrounded by weirdos like you, which only adds to her plate. I don't want it to be burdened even more. Oh, really? So. I'm trusting you on this, okay? I downed my remaining water in one go. Then, in that somewhat awkward atmosphere, I left the area. Are we to follow you? They seem as if they've got themselves all sorted out at the end of the day. They're a pretty confusing bunch, huh? Jeez, looks like I've got my work cut out for me with these little ones. How old are you? Okay. Intermission! Are we on to the next chapter of the story? I freaking love this. On the continent of Escalatia, there were 4 large cities other than the royal capital of Arthur. We'd already visited one, Calida, the scholar city, also known as the brain of Escalatia. Then there was the capital of art, Oriens, the city on water, as well as Pharis, the duel city where gladiators competed ruthlessly in the arenas. Swordsmen who participate in duels that also serve as entertainment. Many make a living by being gladiators in Pharis. Hell yeah. Then there was the city where we headed to next. Well, I can't read today, Jesus. The city of craftsmen founded by the great spirit Libera, called Tura, the labyrinth city. The great spirit of wind who does as she pleases and loves pranking people. She is shrewd and excels at coming up with schemes. I've been listening to Epic the Musical lately, and just for context, like there's a wind spirit, and I don't know why, I think I would slay as the wind spirit. Like, she's so free and like she's so annoying, but also a free spirit, obviously, as a wind spirit would. And I just like, I love that in every universe a wind spirit is a female who is free spirited. Like, hell yeah, and a little cheeky. But yeah. Oh, what was that? that a phone? We'd have to journey by carriage for a few days before we arrived. Because of the distance, we mostly camped out in our tents along the way, making a few stops in villages and hamlets for food and supplies. Imagine a tent used by circus. It's compact and easy to carry. Once the pieces are laid out and the small stakes are planted in the ground, the tent will automatically unfold along with its furniture. It breaks down when the stakes are removed. The same is true for both their house tent and show tent. Heard. Well, camped, our Mystic tools were the best available. Everything was easy to set up and tear down, each offering the... Okay, Sir Cricket, can you shut up? Which meant that the journey was so comfy, it was easy to forget we were all camping at all. Kultura. I've heard so many things about it. There's an underground labyrinth and it's full of craftsmen, but what is it really like, I wonder?
Tifalia,
may I have a moment of your time? For the contents of our stew, could we lessen the number of potatoes and add some of our leafy vegetables with a shorter shelf life? Yes, of course. In that case, I'll slice off the leaves, so could you handle the peeling, Ion? Understood. Ion and I were in charge of cooking while Pascalia and Rady looked for water sources. Ginny and Zephora did a thorough check of our baggage and Vilio patrolled the area. We'd all settled into our unique roles by now, and I'd finally adapted to our camp life. That reminds me, we should eat the bread we bought in Kalita before it turns hard. We were about to begin cooking when... Oh. Ion froze and cast a sharp gaze outside. Ion? I'm afraid we must suspend this for now. Please go to where everyone else is. Okay, I will. What's happening? Sensing Ion's solemn aura, I headed toward the common area where everyone was loitering around. The most spacious tent among all the residents. Heard. What's happening? I'm scared. Shortly thereafter, Ion appeared with a hefty spear in his hand. I can feel the tension in the air. Did the beast appear nearby or something? No, it doesn't feel like an animal. It feels repulsive. Is Vilo still outside? Looks like it. I hope he's okay. Well, they don't call him a dragon for nothing. He'll be fine. Tifalia, hide behind me. It's here. Immediately after Ion spoke, an eerie shadow skulked out from behind a tree in the nearby grove. Holy crap. I have a feeling that's negative energy. What is that? It was an inky humanoid shadow, and the place where its face should be was flickering. As the thing crept closer and closer with an uncanny gait, my heart rose in my throat. I see. It is your first encounter with them. The material is negative. I knew it! And despise the light. They attack and latch onto humans with strong positive emotions. You might know them as fiends. That's a fiend? This is also my first time seeing one. It's very ghastly. How can I describe it? Looking at the fiend makes me feel so uneasy. Keep your distance at all costs. Those guys are huge clumps of negativity. Just approaching one would inflict mental damage. Direct contact would be even worse, and you'd be shouting the energy. Then, what are we supposed to do? It is not a problem. I'm on the team to handle situations such as these. So you know what to do? Oh. I moved ahead, and simultaneously the fiend that had been inching slowly toward us abruptly lunged in our direction. Ion, however... Too slow. Dashed forward decisively and thrust his spear right into the fiend's face, piercing clean through it. Still inside a fiend's body. Fiends don't have physical form, so they can only be killed if their core is destroyed while the attacker is in possession of a Chloris amulet. Whoa. Okay, I don't know if this is information we need to remember. Didn't Randy say that approaching it was harmful? He's touching it. Will he be okay? No worries there. He has one of those Chloris amulets after all. The steering gear of the public security force is made from Chloris, Having a Chloris amulet in your possession will grant you resistance against the ill effects of fiends, and your physical attack will work on the incorporeal fiend as well. Interesting. Chloris amulet? Standard issue gear of the security forces. They grant you resistance against the ill effects of fiends and make your physical strikes work on the incorporeal ones too. It's because of the amulet that the security forces are able to exterminate fiends. A regular operation by the public security forces, they bring Chloris flowers as protective amulets and head to an outbreak area to exterminate fiends. Heard. I see. I do not sense any more in the area. Thanks for that, Ion. Bringing them along was the right choice after all. But weren't fiends supposed to be scarce along the main roads? Why didn't one? About that. It has to do with the Chloris bloom rates I mentioned before. I see. The main thing preventing fiends is decreasing, which means that they would increase proportionally. Is that how it works? Yeah, you've got that right, but don't worry, it's not too big of a deal. There may be more of them, but they still won't come into the big cities. And the ones that appear around main roads are mostly on the same levels as that one. As long as Ion's with us, we can fend them off just fine, so we're not in any danger. I guess that's fine for us, but still. I'd hear stories about them, but I never thought that I'd actually come across one. If I had been alone, I wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. From the very bottom of my heart, I thank the heavens for Ion's company. Then I heard a cheery voice in the distance. Very misplaced given the circumstances. Is it Willow? Hey! What are you guys all assembled for? Wait, have you finished having dinner already? Willow. Oh my god, I'm so glad you're safe. A fiend showed up here. It was pretty chaotic. Huh? A fiend appeared? For real? Why would anyone lie about that? What a useless dragon we've got here. You absent during a crucial moment. Well, there was only one of them. It was not difficult to defuse the situation alone. Hello? He frowned as he seemed to mull something over. I was a little concerned, but... Anyway, it didn't turn out to be a big deal, so we'll just leave things at that. Let's take plenty of care in the future as well. More importantly, how about dinner? I'm famous for your information. Oh, we were in the middle of cooking. I'll finish up right away, so please hold on. Alright, let's get some dinner cooking, baby! Let's get that munchins on! Excuse you, Rady, that's my one, you know. Aw, come on, I'll just have a tiny bit. I don't exactly get to drink the booze of Grey Nobles all the time. There is so much food available, so please eat as much as you want. Oh, Willow, if that is enough for you, you can have my share too. That's fine. Don't worry about me. You should eat more, Pascalia. If you don't, you won't grow taller. You people should showing moderation in eating. Did you pick something off the ground and get food poisoning or something? Something's up with him. After Aaron's fiend extermination, we had a late dinner. Then, after some rest... Alright, now that my belly's satisfied, I suppose I'll make a report to the castle before Ali goes bonkers. We were surrounded by a relay chalice that we'd received and collated to her back to Alist. A mistake tool that allows communication between the two locations. Two of a kind. Jeez Louise, that's great. How are we supposed to operate this? Just watch. Alright, what's happening? Ginny poured some water into the chalice and the contents began shining. A fantastic job, all of you, Ginny and the members of Circus! Alice's ecstatic face shimmered into the view and filled the water's surface. Wow, it's little Alice. Boy, don't touch it carelessly. The chalice materials are invaluable, and even catching a glimpse of this tool is the rare itself. Amazing. Is that the castle? I can't believe it's possible to talk face to face with someone so far away. Man, wait till you figure out what a phone is. So that's what it's used for. Wow, I'm very impressed. Ali, calm down first. I want to get the report over and done with quickly. Oh, all of you have gone well above our expectations. The moment the four of you bloomed arrived, we extracted its nectar and presented it to the prince, and no matter what we tried until now, he hadn't reacted. But his eyes, they moved, and you won't believe this, but the prince's stomach rumbled. Is that amazing? I mean, it's a stomach growl worth celebrating. It might be a normal phenomenon for us, but such physiological responses haven't appeared from the prince at all until today. Yet he expressed hunger, which means the flora that when he bloomed has triggered his vital instincts. Is that correct? Our show hadn't been futile. Though it was only the first step, we were making definitive progress. Alice, inside the screen of the water, seemed so moved that he could even begin one of his rambles about the prince. His voice trembled from joy as he teared up. Seeing Alice's elation, I clenched my hands into fists without realizing, relishing the moment. Oh, look at us. A little while later, Alice regained his composure and coughed, guiding the topic back on track. Now then, your next destination is Cultura. Famed as the city of craftsmen, yes? I've always known the handicrafts and tools from Cultura to be high quality, so I often choose their products. I've read in books that they have a wondrous labyrinth underground, and that it's a city with many wind spirits. Well, that's probably because it was founded by Libra, the great spirit of wind. And Cultura also happens to be Zephora's birthplace. I see. If I ever come across anything I don't know, ask Zephora. I'm counting on you. Zephora? Knowing him, I'd expect a retort like, "Shut up, Lizard," or "I don't know your answers." But for some reason, Zephora maintained his silence as he looked away, deliberately staying out of the conversation. I'll cut to the chase. As for the prevalent issues in Cultura, they are of a different nature than Kalidas. They are incidents with actual harm done. Well, there was actual harm in the other place too, with, like, Faye, so I don't know, man. Maybe lock in. They're likely the cause of the plummeting bloom rates there. Incidents? Citizens suddenly lose their good judgment and commit crimes. We refer to them as lunatic riots. A series of incidents where normal people suddenly lose all reason and commit crimes. There are many cases in Cultura, greatly ranging in severity. Some commit robbery, while others escalate to assault. Given time, the preparations regain their rational minds and obediently admit to their crimes. Interesting. That name is rather unsettling. The severity of the cases vary. Some commit robbery, while others escalate to assault, but there is one common factor. After criminals are caught, they regain their sanity and admit to their crimes, apologizing and claiming that they suddenly lost control. Perhaps due to these riots, the citizens don't leave their homes unless absolutely necessary, from what I've heard. I see. If they're in a constant state of terror, Chloris could never bloom. Hold up, we work for the government and all, but we're just civilians, you know? Asking us to solve incidents that even the country's having a problem with is a bit of a stretch, don't you think? I'm fully aware of the facts. We're not asking you to get to the bottom of these incidents. The only task we have for you is blooming a flora. Nothing more, nothing less. Well, we can't bloom flora if everyone's inside, and we can't get everyone outside unless we solve the issue of the incidents. The heck? In other words, we're here to bring joy to the scared citizens, right? Indeed. I understand that it will be an excruciating, difficult task, but I'm putting my faith in all of you, Circus. Gotcha. With those words, the transmission ended. The light of the chalice dimmed, and it returned to being a mere vessel of water. Lunatic rites. Bringing joy to scared citizens, huh? They're so terrified that they're barricading themselves in their homes, though. To be blunt, this is going to be on a totally different scale compared to Kaleda. As one could deduce from this exchange, it seems that our next performance was going to be an uphill battle. We managed to pull it off the first time, but repeating the same show might not land us nearly as much success there. Come on. Guys, don't be so gloom and doom. Sure, it might be harder than the show in Kalita, but if we're not smiling, how can we make anyone else smile? That's what I thought when we put on the show in Kalita. I'm right about that, aren't I? I agree. Those words were like a key, and my memories of being on stage in Kalita rushed forward. Hell yeah, let's lock in. Smiles and claps everywhere, and in the middle of it all was a blooming flora. Everyone seemed to share the same opinion. Lolo's right. Acting all depressed isn't gonna get us anywhere. Yeah, I agree. We've quite a ways before we arrive in Culture anyway. So let's all decide our battle plan together between now and then. Okay, please tell me if there's anything I can help with. Indeed, resolving the riots is not our task after all. We did it once, surely we can do it twice. The team seemed to all have regained their vigor, and it was as lively as always. Except for Zephora. But... Zephora... In the end, Zephora hadn't even once offered his opinion on the topic of Cultura. And unfortunately, the opportunity to ask why never came around. Oof, something is happening with... Pause. Something's happening with Zephora, and I want to get to the bottom of it. I really hope we can get the option again, because we're definitely going to be exploring the city with Zephora and figuring out what's happening. I hope you guys have enjoyed. See you guys later. Peace.